Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the B.A.M show, which is Being a Man. Um, I'm Michael, and I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Mango. What's going on, bro?
What it do? What it do? What it do?
All right, so today's show is we're going to talk about living off the grid, and also what we're going to go over as icebreaker. We want to talk about this story that I saw today about a pastor suing one of their members. Um, and actually, it's one of the members that was in the news once before. For she won the lottery for 188 million, and she also paid 21 million to get her boyfriend out of jail.
21 million.
Yeah,
He must got a
so
golden penis.
he definitely handling his business is all I can say. Uh, but the fact is the pastor is suing her because they had some type of verbal agreement that she would give him 1.5 million to help him build a retreat. Now she did give him 700,000 to I guess to get started, but she backed out of the deal of what he is saying is she backed out of the deal of giving him the rest of the money, and that caused him to have stress and depression, and now he's suing her for $10 million.
Hilarious.
Is it? Ain't it crazy how somebody can sue you because you put them through stress? Like you basically changed their life off a decision you made, and they can say that the decision you made their life terrible, and they can sue you for that happening. What do you think about that whole situation?
For him talking about stress and all of that foolery, I can understand if he was damaged. Like he went into a contract on construction and she stopped paying and then the project can't get complete. Or it was something to that effect. But stress, really? Really?
Yeah.
Stress. You ate too many cakes because you got stressed out. Really? I don't know with that.
But see, it's the fact that it's a verbal agreement. It's not going to stand anyway because I mean, there was no one there obviously to witness the verbal agreement. And if it was the case that they agreed that she gave him 1.5, and I guess she gave him 700, and supposed to give him the rest. I think the story also tells that some her auntie or someone kind of
Mm-hmm.
talked her out of giving him the rest of the money.
See,
Uh,
see. Honor your
so
commitment. You go to this man church, right? And I say this man church because
yeah,
obviously he's soft. He shouldn't have a church if he emotionally stressed. But you go to this man church and you believe in the same Bible he believe in, and that Bible says, "Let your yea be yea and let your nay be nay." Keep your word, okay? Let somebody come around and talk you out of it. I'm not on her. I'm not on his side. I'm not. I'm just
yeah,
saying. Don't go around making commitments that you have that and then go around changing your word after you done made a commitment to do something. Keep your word.
yeah, yeah. I feel you on that. You definitely shouldn't do that. It's your word is your bond, so you shouldn't tell nobody, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and then someone tell you, yeah. Obviously, her auntie was like, man, you dumb as hell. Why do you feel like you got to give him that much money? So
Mm-hmm.
I guess she probably thought about it. It's like, yeah, you're right. I don't need to give him a million, 1.5 million dollars, even though I don't gave him half of it already. But uh,
My thing is when you have a large sum of money. Let's assume she got half of the money, right? So she won
yeah,
185. So let's assume she had like 80 left. That's a little bit less than half.
that's how
Um,
much tax would have took from it.
oh, tax don't play when it comes to lottery.
What is taxes? Is it like 15, 20% or something?
Well, there's a different type of tax for the lotto, and they take a good chunk if you opt for the lump sum. If you opt for the
Yeah,
lump sum, they take a good chunk out of that money. And
because
did
I
you
heard
see?
it's
Did you see
more
her
in
on?
pocket.
Did you see her on that Ayanla Van Zant show?
No.
Oh my goodness! So she bought this plantation house, right? And I
Yeah.
think one of the Carolinas, and it's got dirt bikes and go karts. It's like basically she went on this shopping spree, and you know how you see a neighborhood, and I'm starting to notice it in my neighborhood, where some folks ain't never had nothing, so they don't know how to take care of nothing. That's how the property was looking. It was just bought stuff everywhere. It just like there goes the neighborhood type stuff. And
Like somebody buying like 4 or 5 cars and he got them parked on the lawn and shit.
yeah, you know. And she went on the show and they had to talk to the dude because the dude was there. That's, you know what? That's a show that we need to watch and do a show about. That show by itself. Of her talking to, because she was on that show. I can't even say her name right, Ayanla or whatever. But this is bananas, man. Some folks, you know, some folks just should have never gave you niggas money.
But I mean, you know, from what I've learned is like it don't matter who get the money. It's about, you know, can you make that money grow? So I mean, if no matter who gets the money, if they get the money and don't be a good steward of it, don't know what to do with it, I mean, it's gonna go anyway.
A fool and their money shall soon part.
Yeah. So you definitely got to be somebody who either you're gonna get an accountant or you already know what you're doing. So it's either way. But
some people say stuff like this: I don't need nobody to tell me how to spend my money. You know, some people think that way. Like they don't need nobody to tell them how to spend their money. Like really, you person who been broke all your life. First of all, we're not talking about spending money. We're talking about keeping it. You already got your mind wrong.
Yeah. Well, I would say, how much money do you think you would need to make before you say you would need an accountant?
Well, I think there's levels to it. Level 1, everybody should be on level 1, meaning we need to take the time to learn about money. You know, you don't need to know every little detail about money, but you need to know how money works, and how to be disciplined with your spending, saving, and investing with your money. That's everybody. But as far as an accountant goes, it depends on how diversified you are, in my book. Mind you, I'm no expert. This is my opinion. If you diversify, you got all these multiple streams of income, and you got some business, some capital gains, some all over the place, then it's best to have a paid professional to help you track it, because it's not about, you know, how to spend it. It's about how to properly report your taxes. You see what I'm saying? So it's best to have a paid professional to help you manage that aspect of the game. But if you got one check coming from one place and it's just a whole lot, then you need to take some time out your life and learn how to manage that. You know, I don't think you need an accountant.
Yeah. So do you think the pastor was wrong for asking for this 1%, 1 point some percent?
No. I do not think he was wrong for asking for money. At the end of the day, churches don't make t-shirts. Churches don't make bumpers. Churches don't make nothing. So the only way to get anything is through the cheerful donation of patrons of the church. Okay? What the problem is, there's been so many people who abuse the money that come in churches. It put a bad taste in everybody's mouth. And the moment we start talking about church and money, we start thinking about these slick Creflo Dollar types. But churches don't make nothing. They don't produce nothing. That's one of the reasons why they tax exempt, because they're not generating income. The only income that they predominantly generate, and the reason why I say predominantly, because some churches got a little CD tape ministry and selling books. It depends on the church. But the main source of revenue for a church is donation. So I don't think it's wrong for him to ask. But I think it's wrong for him to behave this way, to sue her. Now the church has to pay legal fees.
Yeah. So that's gonna be coming from the members.
Yeah.
That's if the members even agree with him doing this.
And then did he hold with the elders of the church a meeting to say, yo, I'm thinking about suing this lady because we done broke ground on this project and now she backed out the deal.
Man, they probably agree with him. Like, yeah, she got haters in the church. Come on, some of them, they definitely was on the side.
Possibly. Man, sometimes I wish I'd be in a situation not to have the money, but just to show people how to act in those situations. Like I think people be dropping the ball when something like that happens, man. Like you win all this money and you now just get stupid. Under no circumstances am I gonna say no to bailing my boyfriend out. Really? That's how we living?
Hey, I mean, shit. She probably trying to just keep it 100.
Yeah, keep it stupid. That's what she's trying to do.
Yeah, that was a lot of money. $21 million.
I'm sorry, if you $21 million in jail, I'm gonna need you to sit there for a while and think about. Because if I'm not mistaken, if I read that story correctly, she bailed him out on multiple occasions, more than once, since she won the lottery.
Yeah, I think it was more than one time.
So, what are you... Look, if I'm a multi-millionaire, at this point, she's a multi-millionaire, right? I'm going to need you to stay your ass in this house if you can't stay out of trouble. Your job is to lay down when I come home so I can sit on something. That's it. That's all you got to do. Okay? Oh, that's what's up. Get that money. But your job is just sit there. If you can't stay out of trouble, you're not helping our team. You're hurting us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think it's safe to say we done with that subject. She made an agreement with the pastor and she reneged on it. And she should have. If she was gonna get 1.5, she should have gave it to him. I think people.
She need to holler at Dr. Umar Johnson. That's what she need to holler at.
Yeah. She need to give him some money to that school he's trying to open up, man. Definitely. Yeah, if you want to get somebody $1 million, you definitely give it to that cause. It's another cause too, man. I was just looking at today. We can talk about that some other time though. But we're definitely done with that. We're gonna go ahead and go to the next subject, which is basically the next 3 topics are gonna be talking about living off the grid. So it's gonna be like the pros and cons, kind of like the freedom of it, and how it can be illegal, and the health part of living off the grid. So first part is the freedom part. Of course, if you're living off the grid, it's free to the point. The reason why it's free is because when you live off the grid and you're being self-sufficient, that means you have no bills. You have nobody saying you owe me this for using this, or you're providing everything on your own. Nobody's providing you nothing, so therefore you owe no one. And that is a feeling that I believe that probably 99% of America don't even know what it feels like to not owe nobody. So.
Yeah, I don't even think they can fathom it. I dream, but even in my dream, I'm still paying certain things like property taxes and cell phone bills and stuff like that. But some of these folks, they completely unplugged. I was on YouTube checking them out, and man, they do everything. It was like last winter was hard because we didn't do this right, and I was like, dang, y'all got to plan ahead of time. We didn't, the land we had dirt, but the dirt wasn't ready to grow, and nothing would grow, and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh my God, like who got? For me, I think that's like the hugest character builder to say, you know what, I'm walking away from this life, and I'm finna go live this life. And I'm finna consciously give up all of the luxuries of this matrix, and go out here and live in this struggle, but I'm free.
Mm-hmm. And you know the people. That's why I be saying the people who be doing these shows like the Man versus the Wild. Like, you know, the folks that's dropped off in the wilderness and they have to survive for a couple of like a couple of days or a week before this, you know, they actually come back and get them, whatnot. Uh, that's one of them things, man. Where what if it does come to that point in life where you really have to survive off the land? Like, you know, what if we're attacked by aliens or something and everything's getting blowed up and you know, you have to go seek refuge into the woods and stuff like that. Like, most of us would not make it if that was the case.
Yeah, that would be the death of most Black Americans. Because if I can't draw a tattoo on it or make a beat about it or rap a song about it, or, you know, like the South is one of the last places where we can still remember that agriculture life. You know what I'm saying? All these northern metropolitan like New York and California, like chickens and hunting and fishing and growing stuff, really? Man, we be a rap. We gonna be fighting over cereal, bruh.
Man, I was looking at this movie that's based off the Man versus Wild, but it was just Man versus, you know, blank. And the dude killed a rabbit and he showed how you skin a rabbit and all that. And I was like, damn, that would really be something cool to learn how to do. Like, I would really love to let my girls see how to do that and try it out, because I think we take for granted how we get our meat or how we get any of our food. I think we take for granted. So I was like, you know, that'd be cool to be able to take my girls someplace where we can learn how do you skin your own food once you kill it, and you know, the whole process of cooking and everything.
Ew, daddy, gross.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm not even gonna lie. I would probably be a little bit like that too, because I'd be like, I saw him cut it open and skin it. I was like, damn, his hands finna get sticky now from all that blood.
Yo, let me tell you. When I was growing up, my dad came home with 2 little baby ducklings and 2 little baby chicks. And my sister and I, we formed a little kid relationship. I was in elementary school. These are my little pets. You know, but then they got bigger, and we had to keep them in like a chicken coop in the back, you know. Yeah. And one day when I came home from school, chicken was gone, and I ain't put 2 and 2 together, but there was a pot brewing on the stove, and my mama finally, you know, admitted or said, yo, we having chicken in the night. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, they have gotten big. You know, they was ready to go. They was ready. And I was like, I can't eat that. You know, it's a whole, you know how many people got to get over the reality of eating something that was alive. Now they have to kill, and then they have to prepare to cook. You know, my mom, she grew up in Haiti, so that was nothing to her, rain a chicken neck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then get the feathers off. There's a word for it. I can't think of it. But get the feathers off the chicken and prepare the chicken, clean the chicken, and cook the chicken. That was nothing to her. But us, man, the chicken don't come in a 6-pack with legs and thighs with styrofoam and plastic. We ain't messing no chicken.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'll tell you, we need to try to find a place like that too, and go try that out, record it and everything. Try it out, man. Actually, get an animal and skin it and whatever, and see. Probably I throw up. To be honest, I don't know.
My thing is the largest creature that I've killed was a a saltwater catfish. So I'd have to get over killing something. You know what I'm saying? I've caught a big old catfish. But, other than that, I haven't killed nothing big. Wild hogs and,
I killed a squirrel.
Well, I've killed one of those, but I think that catfish bigger than a squirrel. Is just he ran under my tire. He committed suicide.
Yeah. So back to the freedom thing. What are some other freedoms you can name?
Freedom of responsibility. Like, for example, the only reason we live the rat race that we live is because we have mortgage. We have to pay for this. We have to pay for that. We have to pay for this. So we have to pursue that rat race. So that pursuing that rat race prevents us from fulfilling our dreams and our goals and the things that we probably should be doing because we are put here for a reason. And we have freedom of time. Just think every day how much of your time is spent on trying to earn money. But if you live on your land, you built your house or whatever structure you're going to live in, you get electricity from the sun, you get water from the earth, you eat what you grow, okay, and that could be cattle or any type of farm animal that you grow on your property, and the vegetables, fruits and vegetables you grow. What's left to pay for?
Yeah, it's nothing.
So
I mean, I think it's a life that we should be allowed to pursue. We should be allowed. And
that's a nice little segue to the next point. And is it okay to pursue life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness? Say, you know what? My grandfather gave me this land. I'm going to go do this thing. Should anybody be able to stop you?
Sure, but obviously there are people that can.
Yeah.
Obviously. And you know what? That we can go ahead and get into our next point, which is it can be illegal, which there are some circumstances when living off the grid where it's illegal. So the part that makes it illegal when you live off the grid is when you're not hooked up to the water system in your city or the electrical. So there's this this family, and I'm gonna talk about the one in Florida. The one in Florida, they had them some land, and they didn't have a trailer. They had like I don't know what type of style house it was, but it was a nice house, and they were supplying their own water and their own electricity, via solar panels and via the creating their own water system. I actually saw a video that talked about it. I need to look at it, but what happened was nobody knew that she was really living off the grid until she did an interview with this news anchor one day, and they did a story on it, and the next thing you know, she gets an inspector that comes to her property and warns her that if she don't get her house utilities, that he is able to kick her off of her land, like evict her off of her land because she don't have water utilities hooked up or electrical. So she's breaking laws by not having those utilities. And the thing is, they're even saying that you don't even have to use them. You just have to have them hooked up to your unit. You don't even have to use them. They just got to be hooked up to your unit. And that's the only way that she could live off of the grid, by having, and it being legal, which I think is like some straight BS.
Yeah. That was Cape Coral in Florida. And what's crazy is that the city argued that the International Property Management Code was being violated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the International Property Management Code supersedes our constitutional right for life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. You know, and her reliance on rainwater instead of paying the city. She was violating that because she was relying on rainwater instead of paying the city. And I'm like, that's crazy. In addition to that, the other story was in Alabama. This dude, he served in the United States military. And they came out there and condemned his property and threatened to arrest him because he was living off the grid. He had a solar set up, he had his rain collection set up, and it's his own property. Here's what the little city ordinance said, that he was living in unsafe, and they condemned his house. He was living in unsafe property, and the technical ordinance they said that he violated was living in a manufactured home, i.e. trailer, in the city limits. He had to be inside of a trailer park. And then the utility commission came and cited him also because he wasn't connected to the utility services. So that was the unsafe conditions. Now, mind you, that wasn't part of the city ordinance, but they were just like, he went down and talked to the city council. You know how you stand up for your city council and speak your piece, and then they had the representatives for each one of those departments like, yo, you got to be connected. And he didn't state no reason or law why you got to be connected, but he said you got to be connected. And so they went to trial, and his neighbor was going to witness on his behalf, and he said that his neighbor had a couple of violations. And they came out, code enforcement said, if you testify for Buddy, we're gonna get you, we're gonna cite you again for those violations.
Damn.
Yes. And this is an ongoing situation in Alabama. And my thing is, if you're gonna do it, research where you're gonna do it at. Get out the city limits. You know, get out the city limits. And for me, I'm thinking, if I do it, I'm getting some. You're going to have to use a drone or Google Earth to see where I got set up, because it's going to be trees in the front, trees all the way around, and it's going to be some old dirt road before you get to my driveway. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to be some situation where you could just see, oh, that's off the grid. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody coming to my house, and if anybody come to my house, they don't need to know my business.
Yeah, and that's what. But I get it in a way. Like when you talking about the trailer park thing, about being within the city limits and not being in the trailer park, because for me that could be one of them things where they don't want to have house. Oh, there's a trailer park right there. Oh, house. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess they don't want it to like break up the whole look.
Yeah, it's about city beautification. That was that ordinance is for, and I can kind of understand it, but
What's up, Wolf?
Oh, what's going on? I can kind of understand it, but I'm like, y'all should handle it differently. Y'all shouldn't condemn this man home. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should, if y'all don't like his property, you want him to leave, then y'all should foot the bill, buy his land so he can relocate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is his property. He should have every right to do it. This Constitution should supersede any city ordinance.
Yeah, and it's crazy that you have to be allowed to live self-sufficient
in the land of the free, in the home of the brave.
You have to be allowed. So it seems like they probably won't even give you permission. Probably if you go and ask for it.
Nope.
Like if you like, hey, I bought this 5-acre land. I want to put a decent, looking model house on it, but I want to, have my own water system and solar panels and everything. And they will probably still deny you that, which is crazy. That is like that has to be the craziest thing in the world. Because look, on top of that, you don't even have permission to do what you want to do on your own land, and you don't even own all of the land. You have to pay taxes on that land every year anyway.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't have a problem with the tax portion of the game.
Yeah, I ain't got no problem with that either.
But paying taxes shouldn't take away. You got 100% responsibility and liability for anything that happens on your property. So it shouldn't take away your right to your property. Okay. It seemed like everything is we got all of the rights but none of the responsibility because we're the government. Nah, it shouldn't be that way. It should be, this is my property on this piece of land right here. As long as I'm not breaking no laws, I should be able to do what the F I want to do. Okay. And I think yeah, within city limits it should be a little different. But when you live outside of city limits, if you got some land in a more rural area, people should get off your back, man.
Yeah, yeah, and you know it's just like driving. Like I heard, driving is a privilege.
Well, you give up your right to travel when you get a driver's license. You have a God-given constitutional right to travel, and you give that up for the privilege of driving when you get a driver's license.
Damn. Elaborate.
Okay, let's take a step back and talk about law. We used to.
Good night, Wolf.
All right, then, Wolf, you take care. Basically, they flipped the script on law years ago. I hope you guys have a good night. I have to go to sleep because I have school tomorrow. Oh, you got to go to school. Oh. Have a good day in school.
Make sure you got all your stuff on your back.
Don't forget to share and like this video. But the law has been, everybody had got the wool pulled over their eyes. The Constitution has been undermined when they changed the law and the way law is dealt with. Now I'm going off the top of my head. This was fresher a while ago, but we used to have what they call common law, and now we got contract law. And originally with contract law, you couldn't sue nobody unless you had some type of damage. No, I take that back. You couldn't sue nobody unless it was a corporation or something to that effect. I don't want to misquote it, but the thing changed. That's why everybody is a corporation. That's why we can get cited for traffic violations, and they're not crimes. That's why all of these things, we giving up a lot of our rights as flesh and blood people. Yeah. To the law. You know what? I'm gonna do a refresher on all of this stuff, and we're gonna do a show on it because it's fascinating. It's a rabbit hole when you go down. So many rights we give up. That's why if you look at the amendment that abolished slavery, it says no person will be voluntarily entered into slavery. Involuntary enter into slavery, meaning you could still give up your right to not be a slave. You see what I'm saying? So you could still be a slave. If they just say we ain't gonna have no more slaves no more ever, then nobody can ever be a slave. But nah, they didn't say that. No one can be made a slave against their will, but you can give up your right. That's why everything's in the fine print. The gotcha. That's why you got to read everything. Folks don't even know. Folks don't even know that line you sign on a check. That's not even a line. Those are words. Okay? That line, if you look at every other line on a check, it's a solid line. Look at that line you sign, it's blurry. Why? Because it's words. You're signing a contract. Okay? And everything is contract law. That's why your signature is important when you just go around signing stuff. Because it's contract. Once we switched over to contract law, the game changed.
Yeah. I got to look at a check.
Go get a checkbook or any check. You go look, and it's going to have like this little M next to it. That line, the signature line. Matter of fact, I could pull one up and put it on the screen.
Yeah, you know what? They are, you know, they do play with words and all of that because I mean, basically, the modern day slavery is jail, prison. Basically, I mean, yeah.
I think is debt.
You think it's dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, outside of jail, but like jail is just like it's really it's in jail. Them folks they're being worked. You know, companies, um, you know, they outsource some of their work to prisoners. You know, just so they don't have to pay all that money for an employee or whatever. So you got definitely got a few companies that outsource some of their work to
Oh
prisons.
yeah. The moment they made prison, uh, this is like a good one. The moment they made prisons,
And that was crazy. You know what? That was the craziest thing. Oh, what's up, guys? That was the craziest thing when I had saw that thing and I saw someone was telling me this Sunday that living off the grid was illegal. Because I was actually talking about some of the customer houses that I go to. I see they have the rain collector.
uh
And I was
huh.
like, damn, I've seen a few customers doing that. And he was like, oh yeah, that's what's up. But he was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. I was like, what? How the hell that's gonna be illegal? Someone, collecting, raindrops so they can,
Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that.
damn, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And then when he told me that, I started researching and he told me about that story. And I was like, damn, we are royally fucked.
Yep. And that's why they keep us distracted with shenanigans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, cause shit like that. Cause man, you know what? I wonder how many laws is it? It has to be like thousands of laws.
Yep. This is a perfect image right here. I'm gonna bring it to over here,
Yeah.
and now it's gonna take a second for you to see it on the stream, but look at the they got a microscope. Yeah. Oh, my bad. They got a microscope, and that's why a lot of people are unplugging, getting off the grid, because of the wickedness of the government. That's just one reason. Because that signature line, that's just one example of how we just sign. We just sign stuff. You know, that's the line on
Yeah.
the check that you sign, and it's words. It's a contract. And when things switched over to contract law, the whole game changed.
Man.
Everybody should own a Black's Law Dictionary. Okay, early edition, not the newer
Yeah.
stuff, but early edition, Black Law's Dictionary, because they break down stuff that the average individual just don't know, man.
That's a big ass book, ain't it?
Um,
Is it on Amazon or something?
yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get one on Amazon.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Amazon got one real quick.
I'm looking it up right now.
Right, it's law day. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure we covered the it can be illegal part. So we're gonna move on to the next part, which is
Yeah,
um, the healthy part of going off the grid. How can going off the grid, be healthy for you?
there it is right there. It's $140 for this one. Um, it's thick, boy, but you got to get an early edition.
Man, that motherfucker is thick. That's like a Harry Potter book.
Yep, Black's Law Dictionary. See, and look, it's out of stock. They don't play about that.
Hey, you need to see if they got PDFs on that.
Yeah. I was just when I started typing in, PDF popped up, and
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
this the
Uh,
fourth edition. Look at that right there. B.A.M. 1956. That's page count. And what's great about a PDF, you can search.
Yeah. Exactly.
So go ahead and download this bad boy right now.
Oh yeah, go ahead and throw that in the Google Drive.
Yeah, Black's Law Dictionary.
That's why you gotta love the internet.
I'm actually gonna put a link to this PDF in the description of this video.
Oh yeah, whoever wanna click the link and download it themselves.
Yep.
Cool.
So health, man. How can living off the grid be healthy for you?
Well, first of all, you're gonna be growing your own food, so that aspect of it. I mean, that means your food gonna be, more nutritious than the food that you will find at the grocery store. You gotta think about some of the fruits and vegetables that we have. They travel a long distance to get to the grocery store. So, a lot of things can happen in between that time before you even get it. And then plus, they pull them too early just so about the time they get to the location of the grocery store, they're looking, right by the time they get there. And, the fact is you can grow your own stuff. You can also, if you got your own chickens, that means you're getting eggs every day. So, you're getting healthy eggs. You can go out and hunt for your own food and stuff. And I think having to do all of that eliminates you from being a wasteful person. So we all know in today's society, we just eat food, and as soon as we don't want it anymore, we throw it away. We get these big ass what size are these plates? They're about 12 inches, right? Big ass 12-inch saucers, and pack the whole plate, and sit there and eat all of that food. A little health tip for people that's losing weight: all you gotta do is just downsize the size of your plate, and eat all of that. That way you won't get that much food on your plate either. But I think we'll be less wasteful because if you have to produce your own food, you're not gonna waste anything because you're gonna make sure that you have enough to eat for the next day and the days to come. And like I said, the food will be more nutritious because of the simple fact that you're, planting your own food. And I guess another health part of it is let's see what you eat. I would say what you eat as well. You will eat I will believe, like, say for instance, if I had my own garden would have like probably a lot of green vegetables, tomatoes and stuff, and some fruit.
I love cucumbers. Greens, leeks, all those greeny stuff like bean sprouts and onions, and like my mom makes this greens, and it just be so effing good, man. It's like I remember, I don't know if it was when Chris was pregnant with Nate. I think it was she was pregnant with Nate. She would come over and make all of this iron rich green stuff, and I'm like, make more than what you need so I can eat that too. It could just be like so good, and it don't be like soul food greens. Don't get me wrong. When I say greens, I'm talking about a plethora of different type of green leafy vegetables that's crispy, not cooked to death like collard greens from Soul Food, Piccadilly or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We talking still crisp, the bean sprouts, the Swiss chard, the vegetables, oh man, the squash, the zucchini. I actually love vegetables.
Man, it's a best. Oh yeah. Eating stuff in season. Yeah.
Well, see, here's another thing. Like you talked about, how far it has to travel. I used to sell produce at the flea market with my dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we used to look at, for example, tomatoes. There's two types of tomatoes. The tomatoes that we used to sell that came straight from the farm, and that was the tomatoes that we sold that came from the packing, from the packing house. Okay,
Yeah.
the packing house tomatoes were picked green and they were gassed to turn red, and they had a different color red than the beefsteak red tomatoes that were picked red and boxed in the field and sold at the wholesale place. Okay,
Yeah.
it also most all of your oranges and grapefruits, for the most part, are picked slightly green, and they're gassed to look right so they can look pretty in the store.
Bananas.
Bananas, all yellow bananas are picked green. All bananas are picked green. They're gassed to turn yellow. And if you ever ask somebody eating green bananas and you think it's like a whole different thing, I'm not talking about plantains, but I'm talking about like a starchy where they got dumplings and soup and green bananas, like at a Jamaican restaurant or something. All that is a non-gassed banana, and they cook it like a potato. You know, it's a starch on the plate. But you know, what I think is we try to feed everybody in America everything. So we have to do stuff. For example, we bought some fresh squeezed orange juice from Sam's the other day. We're in Georgia. Why did that orange juice come from California? Those oranges, they were squeezed fresh at Sam's, but those oranges came from California. Now, last I checked, there's still orange groves in Florida. But even still, Alabama and Florida, maybe the Carolinas, Alabama, Georgia, maybe the Carolinas, should be the ones reaping the benefits of Floridian oranges. And the states out west should be the one. I'm not saying the states in between, the Midwest and the North, can't have oranges, but we're losing so much nutrition trying to make the trip. Strawberries make the trip. Grapes make the trip. Some of this stuff can't make the trip without being treated a certain kind of way. And it's losing nutritional value when you have to treat it a certain kind of way.
Hey, man, if you look at social media now, there's a lot of videos that's coming out showing how they do food. Now, I saw this one guy, he picked the eggplant, and the eggplant looked all beat up and dry. And all he did was had this spray, and he said he does this to all of the fruit. He sprays some type of solution on it to make it look shiny.
Yep.
And ready for the grocery stores.
Yeah. People, grocery store vegetables is like women in California. It's plastic, man.
Hey, but it's like, man, the government, the companies, man, that like give us the stuff the stuff that we're gonna need, like food and water, and they contaminate everything.
Well, see, that's the problem right there. We're dependent on them giving us stuff.
Well, I mean, from what the discussion was about how things can be illegal, I mean, I'm pretty sure
the revolution should not be televised. We don't need to put our business out there. That's the problem.
Hey, I guarantee you, there is a city that there is a rule how big you can have your garden in your backyard.
Mm-hmm. There probably is, and y'all just got to come see it.
Yeah, I'm saying that. Yeah, they had to come see it, but that's like some BS. Like, say for instance, if you plant a big ass garden that's big enough to feed like 2 or 3 homes, and the inspector comes up and he look at that and he's like, "Wow, you know that garden is not following regulations."
Sir, I don't know who you are, but you're trespassing on private property, and if you take another foot closer on my private property, I'm liable to shoot you.
Hey, that guy who they're that was in North Carolina, right? The other guy?
The first guy, the one that served, he was in Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama.
All right, so Alabama, did you see that they also said that he was trespassing?
He was trespassing on his own property after they condemned it. And
Exactly.
there's this procedure that they use to allow him to move the property that is technically against the rules in a criminal proceeding, and
Yeah.
but it's something that you would do in a civil case. But the judge allowed them to do that, basically breaking the rules of the court, and they wouldn't hear the constitutionality of everything. They instructed, like, I went and watched like 2 or 3 videos on the same story, and him talking. Here's the transcripts of the case, and this is what they doing, and I'm like, man, this is crazy. But I think what folks need to do is families need to get together and buy large plots of land, like the Ponderosa. Call me Bill Cartwright around this piece, okay? And it don't be off by the street, the garden spot. It be deep on the backside, okay?
Yeah.
Where we access the water. Got to have access to water. Collect rainwater. Got you have a solar panel. Probably even put up a windmill, you know. And you got your electricity. The only thing that I would need piped in is fiber. That's it. I need the fiber.
Okay. Hey, so given how everything is, do you think living off the grid is worth it? You know, given all the rules and regulations that they have, living off the grid.
Yes.
Yeah. I believe so too, because I would say, all right, if I ran, decide to live off the grid, I would actually allow them to go ahead and hook the things up to the house, to the unit.
Well, you get money
Only
back. You get money back if you produce more electricity than you consume.
okay,
So Georgia Power be paying you a little bit of money.
so that'd be cool. So that was going to be my next question. The fact that they have it hooked up to the unit, are they going to charge you a small fee even if you're not using anything?
Mm-mm.
And I see what Gunn said. Gunn said you can't produce too much. You can't grow too much to where it's more than your family household.
Yeah, more than y'all can eat, you can't sell it. I think that depends on where. I don't think that's an everywhere rule. But I'm like this. Don't nobody know that I'm going to the flea market on the weekends.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I would do it. I would definitely go off the grid, allow them to hook their units up to everything. Just don't use their units. And if
It's
I do need to use their units, I can. So it's like it's a good and a bad thing, because it's like, say for instance, it didn't rain for like, um, 2-3 months or something, and I don't have no rainwater, so
it's a
I ain't go out
drought.
there,
It's a
twist the
drought.
water. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a drought. So twist the water on, and go ahead and let the water company give me water until I get some rain.
Yeah. But I think there's also another reason why they want you hooked up that they ain't telling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
We got to make sure we getting the fluoride to your kids. And it's something else in there why they ain't telling. You know, if you build, just build with 2 water systems. This the independent water system, and this the y'all water system. And
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
use y'all water to water the animals and outside, and I use my water system to collect rainwater. You know what I'm saying? It's like loopholes in the tax code. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all gonna be on my case if I'm not connected. But guess what? I built the plumbing in this piece, so that water is not gonna be used for nothing but this washing cars or washing my tractor. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I was talking to my wife earlier today, and her sister, and I was saying that what I think would go viral, a real life house swap would go viral. Because I mean, of course, you see the show, but I don't know if there's anyone out there that has implemented that in real life.
Were they not getting no check from the TV show? No camera crew?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, of course, it's no money. It's an experiment. Um, Unlike the show, it's like it's actually a real
When you
experiment.
say house swap, what all being swapped?
Uh, I mean, you either swapping husbands or you swapping wives. It's whichever one of those.
Huh.
So it's like I'm gonna say that's why them other folks are going tiny, living off the grid.
It's about tiny house, the little tiny homes.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Them Connex homes and everything like that.
They definitely. I bet they hooked up to units. They definitely hooked up, possibly. But you know, some of them folks can just move their home though. Some of them got it to where they
Yeah,
can move.
it's
It.
on the trailer.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's you can handle one of those, a tiny home.
If it wasn't me and the family, if it was just me, man, if it was just me, I'd be Bruce Wayne around this piece, bruh. Man, I got my car and my house wherever I want to go. So if we living over here for the next 6 months, this is where we living. You remember that movie, Lethal Weapon? Mel Gibson character lived on the beach in a trailer. That's where he lived. You know what I'm saying? So yo, that's what I would do. Free spirit.
Hey, Denzel Washington played a character that was living on the beach too.
Like you, Sexy said you off topic again. He want to swap somebody. He want to swap somebody's wife for real. You sick of your wife?
No. You know what? I always mess with my sister-in-law because I always tell her like, you know, if we swap, like, you know, I definitely like have your kids at attention. Like, I show 'em, I have some order going on and stuff like that. I be messing with her about you know having the kids in order. But yeah, guns. You want to sign up? Tell who it is. It's Ricky, right?
Yeah, Freak, Ricky, Malik.
Freak,
I'm confused. He got so many AKAs.
freak. Man.
They don't want to swap. Them rabbits over there. They can't go a night without, you know, recreational activity.
Hey, listen. I got a way to make it more. I guess more to where people can handle it. Swap ideas. You have to live by those people ideas, you know, or however they're living. Swap that. That way, that'll be less painful for some people. You know, just to swap the ideas. You know, even shit, probably even the ideas will kill some people.
I wouldn't be picking you because I'm not working out like you work out. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, but shit,
you know,
really get in.
yeah. What make it difficult is the luxuries of my life. I don't know if I want to give up for a week or whatever. You know, like I gotta go to somebody. I don't know. I gotta go to somebody's house and use their slow computer and they slow internet or whatever the issue is. You know.
Is it a week?
I don't know. This is your idea. Shit.
No, I'm talking about the show. I think it is a week. I believe it is a week. Yeah.
Wife swap off the grid. No electricity. and wife swap. That's crazy.
Damn, that working out.
Fuck that.
Man, hey, I'm actually I'm going to go get some, you know, like a whole physical, go check my cholesterol and everything, because you know I do believe just because I work out doesn't mean my insides is as healthy as I look. You know, it could be something wrong that I don't even know of. So.
Now, you just talked a while ago about getting life insurance, right?
Yeah.
Now, life insurance is gonna make you do another one, so try to correspond the physical, so you ain't got to do it twice.
Oh, okay, I feel what you're saying. Like, do it in a time frame to where they'll get the physical. I already had a physical before I sign up for the life insurance, and that'll make it cheaper, right?
Yeah, yeah. The better condition you in is gonna give you the better rate on your premiums.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and I also was looking up health insurance too, as well. Trying to find some cheap health insurance because I was looking at how much it costs for me to go get a physical and shit. It was like one hospital, I mean clinic I called, is between 88 to 200 and some dollars just to be seen.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn.
Hey man, hey healthcare man.
Yeah.
The only reason healthcare costs what it costs is because they want people sick. They want people sick. At the end of the day, just think about it. Our food is trash. So that means the food industry is in cahoots with the pharmaceutical industry, who's in cahoots with the medical industry. You know what I'm saying?
That's bullshit too.
Everything's wrong. There's no right things. You know what I'm saying? It's all bad. Every luxury of modern life hurts you. Name one luxury of modern life that's good.
Hey, he said, Mango, did you get the email he sent you?
And what address he sent it to?
I don't know. She said you're a brat.
I'm a brat. I know I'm a brat. I'm spoiled. Did he send it to the B.A.M show email address or did he send it to?
He's up on her. He's on her profile on the tablet. Yeah. Hey, anybody who just joined the show, we definitely not on the show. I mean, we're not on the topics no more. We're actually done. The show is over with.
Yeah.
This is like
we just talking.
Like OT.
Yeah, we just overtime. We just talking. You know, just shooting the breeze, You know, but we did have a good show, man. We talked about living off the grid. We talked about church pastors robbing folks at the courthouse, trying to sue people to get their money.
Yeah,
we talked about that.
Someone, one of his men.
Yeah, because she was foolish. She was foolish. But
I say honestly, man, if I hit for that, if I would ever like get that type of money, man, I would actually throw a lot of the people that I feel like been a positive, you know, point in my life, and I like give them something, and then, you know, I go ahead with, you know, everything else I need to do, like invest in.
I'll hold a family meeting. And we're gonna be start living like one of the houses in Game of Thrones. Like, yo, this is house this, and this is our sigil, and this is where we live. Come over here, and that's it. We finna live that life.
Hey, that's cool what you just said, because I was just right when you were saying that, I was thinking like a lot of people don't take their name as serious as they should. You know, like families back in the day, they would have like royal signs, that, like representing their family, like they name. Like when you saw that sign, you knew who that family was. Yeah. They wore that sign around on that cloak.
They crest, this is the family crest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna make new ones. We gonna get rid of the names that we got, cause there's no Black American should be proud of their name. When the only reason you got the last name you got is because that's the last name of the slave master that owned your ancestor. Like, for real, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and this is the new family. This is the house, whatever, you know, and it can be whatever you like. This is the first generation.
Hey, I want to see this video that I was looking at earlier today. This guy named Jay Morrison, he went to I think like the memorial area for Tulsa, Oklahoma, where they talked about, man, do you know, like that block that they burned down had like doctor offices, dentists, like that whole black strip, man. I was thinking, I said, damn, had they never burned down all those black businesses, most of those businesses probably would be almost like Rockefeller business. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like the Rockefeller family, the Bilderbergs. They probably would have. It would probably be a couple of families on that block that were, you know, had their black business. That would probably be a fucking dynasty right now.
Well, let's see. Um, Madam C.J. Walker was like stupid rich. What her legacy? Did her legacy turn into something crazy?
Madam, who is that?
She,
I heard that name.
She the woman that invented the perm.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Is her family like? Do they still own the perm?
I don't know. But wouldn't it be nice if a black family was getting a nickel every time somebody bought a box perm?
Yeah, that would be fine because they definitely. I heard. I think I had read a story about the guy who created Jack Daniels. It was a black guy who made the concoction. Not the company, but he made the concoction, and they used his concoction for the Jack Daniels. I think you can probably look that story up because the family was trying to get like, I believe, reparations because of that.
We don't deserve reparations according to rest of America. We should just forget about it. It happened. Yeah. My grandfather didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Yeah, all those and all of those how companies, businesses that was burned down in Tulsa had insurance. Their insurance didn't even respect the claim for the simple fact that they labeled it as a riot, and they didn't have to, get them the claims based because of that, because they labeled it a riot.
Wow.
I think it was like $2 million in insurance claims.
So my question is, who owned the insurance company?
Yeah, it had to be a white owner.
It is.
Guarantee you that.
They should have went.
So that guy Jay Morrison is on a mission to, help build Black Wall Streets and all parts of
the
USA.
country. We need to find a wide open space where there's a lot of land, and we all need to move there.
Yeah.
And just get out of these major metropolitan cities. Let them have them back.
Man, I think a lot of people heads are in the right spot, man. I think a lot of people heads in the right spot. I just think we need to go ahead and get some action in that. And then you got people that are taking action, like like him, that guy Jay Morrison. He actually gets out there and he teach people about real estate, like owning your land and stuff like that. He makes some great points on owning property and why you should, stuff like that.
Yeah. Folks that spend their whole life renting, they sleep.
Yeah. Because he basically saying like you got to have a roof over your head anyway. So he was like, why not have a roof over your head that could potentially bring you equity, long run. So you may work hard for it, but
you're gonna work hard anyway. You paying more money. You paying more money in rent. Like in this neighborhood I live in, there's a lot of renters. You can tell the renters from the homeowners because either their grass ain't kept up, or they got weeds in their grass. They might cut the grass, but weeds come up faster than grass. So you can see, you ain't owners. They got their grass treated. Ain't no weeds in the grass.
So, who tried it in Eaton, Georgia? They tried what in Eaton, Georgia? Like another Tulsa. Man, them parts of Georgia, I don't know nothing about.
It sound like it's far away, Georgia.
Yeah, I'm pretty. I bet you it's south.
So what went wrong? They tried it in Eaton, Georgia. What went wrong?
Man, I mean this shit right here happened in 1921, right? I believe so. 1921 is like, damn. That's been a long time ago. That's been almost a century. That's been almost a century. And I'm wondering, have have we did anything close to that yet? Like,
No, we wanted to integrate.
yeah.
We wanted to integrate, and that was
The Hebrew. What's that?
That's Hebrew, man. The boy can't type. He ain't finished school. Like he talks on but yet you ripped the reward. He mean reaped the rewards. You know, you got. I shouldn't have to Nancy Drew your sentences, making sexy look bad.
They locked the leader up.
Well, what?
Damn.
What the leader? See, here's the thing. You can't just do what you want to do. You need to understand the enemy's laws. Okay, that was so great about the early Black Panthers is because they understood the law. So in order for them to get dealt with, they had to change the law on the first Black Panthers. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do what you want to do and have no understanding of the oppressor's law. Yeah. Know your enemy. They're gonna lock him up.
So he said they locked that leader up trying to start another Tulsa and East Georgia. Another Black Wall Street.
Give me some information so I can look that up.
Because of building. Damn, he must, whoever that is typing, they really don't like typing a sentence.
I know, right? You gotta get bits and pieces of it. Ain't her, it's him.
Well, he definitely sending bits and pieces. You know, internet don't got fast to the point to where you can send a whole paragraph and then send all of it.
Yeah, this ain't Twitter.
You ain't restricted on that many characters. Oh well. Help you. We are restricted. You are restricted to 200 on here.
I'm just saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right. So his biggest sentence is only like 20, 30 characters.
Oh, yeah, the one about the community?
Uh-huh.
Hey, but you know what? I think I be seeing, kind of listening to what Dr. Umar be saying. Like, he talks, but Dr. Umar keeps some stuff close to his chest. Like,
yep.
He don't say, like, the real important stuff out in the open. Like,
nope.
he'll be like, you can talk to me later about that. You know what I'm saying? So
yep.
I think he pretty much knows, like, they're paying attention to him now.
Yep.
So he got to watch certain things that he says, certain plans that he got going on. Because the first school that he was going after, they stopped it, right?
Well, what happened was, one, the money didn't totally get raised, and then somebody else bought it. And a developer bought it. But see, here's the thing. He said that the way that happened was unprecedented. It happened that way to keep him from getting it, is what he said. And but it's crazy. This dude raising money for so long, trying to build a school, and Shorty Doo-Wop bailing her deadbeat boyfriend out for 20 however many $1 million. You know, it's the world we live in.
It's crazy too. I mean, he had the money at one point, man, but the guy backed out when that
Yep.
And he said he couldn't have his name tied to that.
Yeah, shenanigans. If he wanted to get, he was looking for a way to back out. If he wanted to give, he could figure out a way to give.
Yeah. So I'm guessing like whoever get him that lump sum of money, they're probably gonna write it off on their taxes or something. But shit, if you don't want nobody to know you gave it to him, you need to give it to him in a way to where, you know, just say that money, you put that money in something else.
Yo, check this out. This is off topic, but Disney is ending their deal with Netflix starting in 2019. Disney's going to launch their own streaming service. And all of the Disney content that was on Netflix is going to go away.
That is definitely a smart move.
It's an anti-consumer move. How many different streaming services are we going to pay for? The new show Star Trek Discovery. I'm a Star Trek fan. I've watched every episode of Next Generation. I watched every episode of Deep Space Nine. I watched every episode of Star Trek Voyager. I watched every episode of the original series. Watched all the Star Trek movies. So they coming out with a new Star Trek. Now, mind you, back in the day, Paramount owned Star Trek.
Yeah.
And CBS had the license for the TV. Paramount did the movies. So now CBS either bought Paramount or bought them out or whatever. CBS own it all now. And
Nubian Nation.
I'm done figuring out your riddles. Paramount, CBS now they're going to broadcast the first episode of the new show Star Trek Discovery on CBS TV, and the rest of the season is going to be on CBS streaming service. And I'm like, I'm not going to be paying Netflix $8.99, and then playing Hulu $11.99, and then be playing CBS whatever $99, and paying Disney whatever $99, and then paying. We need a place that isn't brand specific where we can get it all, because we're gonna be back at square one with paying this high ass cable bill.
Yeah, it's gonna become a internet cable. Have all of these channels, where at least it's gonna get to the point to where you actually gonna be able to pay for the channels you want. So if you actually want Disney, you got to pay for that Disney channel. Same way they was kind of talking about.
But there's more channel. There are more channels, and because these, like for example, HBO right now is $14.99. HBO Go, right? Well, because it's not in a package like the cable service is, you're going to spend more per channel a la carte like that than you're going to spend when you was paying too much for cable. And I think that's whack, and I think something needs to be said from the consumer side of the game. How many streaming services? Not to mention Hulu, not Hulu, YouTube Red, all the music streaming services. There's all these streaming services that want our little $5 to $10 or whatever. That craps add up.
Subscription-based businesses is like the new way to make a lot of goddamn money now.
Yeah,
you can start anything like. Let's say, for instance, for example, if I started a workout channel where I live did workouts for like a week or so, and I charge people like $2 just to watch that whole watch that whole month every week, and just get a whole bunch of subscribers. That's what you get all your money at, because you're able to reach so many people at one time with the internet. But it's just gonna have to come down to the point, man. Because how long did we go where we had Netflix giving us all of this and Hulu giving us all this without all of the other companies realizing that this is really a good move and that they could have been capitalized on it, but they, let them do it at first. They did. It was for a while. So now, Disney's like, damn, we can actually do this shit ourselves. And our fan base will pay for this, and they know they will. So they're gonna make a killing with this.
Now you got to remember, Disney owns the MCU, so anything Marvel related is gonna be on that streaming service, and no more on Netflix. Right now, Doctor Strange on Netflix.
Yeah.
What about? Oh my God! What about Daredevil and the Defenders and all of them shows?
They're gonna be gone.
They still ain't made the Punisher show yet. See, thank God for torrents. Okay, thank God for torrents.
Hey, they almost on their way out too.
Hey, my company gonna be the last man standing. I ain't even gonna say the name.
I was just saying, man. I see where it's going, but like they don't put surveillance on the goddamn internet now. Like your ISP provider can look at where the fuck you're searching at. they know everything about you. They know what you like to go look up on the internet. I mean, that's fucking invasive as fuck. But
we just gobble it up. Okay, yes, sir, master. Yes, sir, government. We just take that. Man, go, you about to have a fit. Now, why am I about to have a fit? What happened?
I guess he talking about this junk about Disney.
Yeah.
Backing out of Netflix.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Hey, you know what? Maybe this is the perfect time to go off grid. You know, the stress and anxiety of not being able to have the sweet spot of the internet and life is starting to go away. You know what I'm saying? We was in a little sweet spot the last 5-10 years. Where,
hey, so what you gonna do?
What I'm gonna do about what?
Like, I know you're gonna have to take a computer with you. You're gonna have to be 15 terabytes of storage because you're gonna have to put all your movies on there. And because you can't go hook up to the internet to go stream nothing.
Well,
you gonna have to
I'll been do it in an area that's rural but not too rural. I ain't going to the mountains. Okay, I can't even drive in the mountains. Okay, so I'm gonna go to a flat rural area that's not too rural that you can get some bars, and I can put up my own. You can put up your own. Right now, I can find a cell tower for sale.
Somebody told me I need to start using VPN.
Yeah, virtual private networks. There's a lot of services that do VPNs for people who still, do torrent heavy.
What's that, Baritona? I think it's Baritona or BearShare, whichever. No, it's Baritona.
Yeah.
Baritona.
Oh, it's Shayna now? Okay. So now we're going to get complete sentences now? Because that typing that happened, just look at the feed. It's ridiculous.
Man. Oh, what? Hey, this internet, man. This shit is really turning.
I know. Maybe it's time for me to really consider this off the grid living. Yo, them folks that are watching off the grid, they steady posting on YouTube, so they got something. And their videos look high def. They got something. Okay.
So they're not completely off the grid because being off the grid, that means it's like you don't have no credit cards, no bank account, like you don't have none of that. Nothing to where they can track your movement. You don't have none of that. You can't have none of that because they can track you from your phone. You're swiping up your credit card or your debit card. You have to get rid of all of that to be completely off of the grid.
They really be coming for you then. What? You trying to unplug?
All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get out so the wifey can get some sleep. I think it's her or the baby.
Somebody beating on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, August, all the shows coming. Y'all getting ready. It's August. The new TV show that I was just talking about. You know what I hate? Real quick before you go, I hate this clickbait. So I'm looking at a video of Khalees, a picture of Khalees. You had no idea these 20 celebrities are battling HIV, right? So you click on it, and they ain't got HIV, and if they donate it to a cause, they battling it, HIV. And go and kick rocks barefoot. So you're tired to see the internet just got lame. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I was just thinking about this, like all the greatness of what this thing was is going down this path of ugliness. Everybody trying to get you and false news, and I don't know, man. Maybe unplugging is really what we need to do, like for real.
That's click. Everybody doing clickbait, man, for those views.
Yeah.
For those views.
Sorry, that ad revenue, because you got 3 pictures per page, and you got to reload the ads every page. Like, I remember when we was on AOL, the article, you just kept scrolling. Wasn't no new ads, the new page, and click. You just scrolled until you was done reading. You hit the down arrow on the keyboard until you was done reading the article. It's crazy. And we just take it. as people, as the constituency of any service or any corporation or whatever, we just take whatever crap they give us, and we don't fight it. We don't complain. We don't do nothing. But yeah, on that note, I'm finna I don't know what I'm about to play on the Mr. Mango Head show. How about I got Battlefield 1 and I only played it one time?
Damn. Yeah, that was a cool game.
Yeah, I got it on Black Friday.
Well, that's it for today, y'all. If you just a recap of the show, we talked about the pros and cons of living off the grid, the freedom, how it can be illegal, and the health of living off the grid. We also got talked about how a pastor was suing one of his members.
Yeah.
So if you want to listen to some of that, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, and you can play it from the beginning.
Yeah, play it from the beginning. Good night.
Peace.